He replaced me in 6 weeks. I thought we needed space. He just needed someone else. My name is Christina Smith. I'm 32 years old and I style spaces for a living. Condos, offices, Airbnbs that need a little soul. I know how to make things look like they belong. I just never figured out how to do that with people. Alfred said he needed space, not a breakup. Not a clean cut, just time, and because I loved him. Because I believed in the kind of love that waits. I gave it to him. That was 6 weeks ago. Today, Maya Delgado, my best friend and a graphic designer with a sharp tongue and a soft heart, sent me a screenshot. Alfred smiling. Alfred holding hands with someone new. Alfred tagged in a photo I wasn't supposed to see. I didn't cry, not yet. I just stared at the screen and wondered how long he'd been gone before he told me he was leaving. We hadn't spoken in 3 weeks. The last message was mine. A simple hope you're okay. No reply. Before that, it was him saying I just need to clear my head. I'm not walking away. I just need space. I believed him. I always did. Alfred Reyes, 34, was the kind of man who made silence feel like safety. He didn't yell. He didn't fight. He just paused, and I mistook that pause for patience. Now I know better. I called Maya. She picked up on the second ring. You saw it, she asked. I did. I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. I just listened to her breathe. He's not worth this, she said. You know that, right? I didn't know that, not yet. I spent the rest of the day rearranging throw pillows in a client's condo. It was a post-divorce redesign. Clean lines, soft neutrals, nothing too personal. The woman, Jules Navarro, early 30s, had just left a 5-year marriage and wanted the space to feel like hers again. She told me she didn't want any reds. Too loud, she said. Too angry? I nodded and swapped in sage green. You ever been through something like this? She asked. I paused. Something like it. She smiled. You don't have to say more. I didn't. That night, I opened Alfred's Instagram. I hadn't checked it in weeks. I told myself I was giving him space, respecting boundaries, being mature. But now I wanted to see. The photo was still there, him and a woman. Soft lighting, matching mugs, her head on his shoulder. The caption read, "Some things just feel right." Her name was tagged, Tessa Lynn, 29, lifestyle blogger. Her feed was full of curated charm. Morning routines, skincare rituals, couple selfies and muted tones. She wasn't me. She was the kind of woman who fit into a feed. I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment Alfred and I had shared. The quiet dinners, the long drives, the way he used to hold my hand under the table when he was nervous. I wondered if he did that with her now. I wondered if she knew he hated olives. If she knew he always double-knotted his sneakers. If she knew he used to say I love you like it was a secret. I wondered if he ever meant it. The next morning I deleted our last text thread. Not out of anger, just to stop myself from rereading it. I didn't cry, not yet. But I felt something shift. Not rage, not heartbreak. Just the quiet ache of being replaced. I didn't block him. I didn't unfollow him either. I just muted his stories and stopped checking his feed. That was my version of restraint, quiet, invisible, and completely ineffective. Because the truth is, I still looked. Not every day, just when the ache got loud. You're spiraling, Maya said, dropping her bag on my kitchen counter. And don't tell me you're not. I saw your search history. I raised an eyebrow. You went through my phone? You left it open. I'm nosy, sue me. I didn't argue. I just poured her coffee and waited for the lecture. You know what hurts me the most, she said. It's not that he moved on. It's that he made you feel like waiting was noble. I blinked. You gave him space, you gave him silence. You gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he gave you a ghost. I didn't respond. I just stirred my coffee and tried not to cry. That night, I opened her page again. I told myself it was research, emotional closure, curiosity. Her captions were soft. Her photos were curated. Her life looked like a Pinterest board. And he was in it now, smiling, relaxed, like he'd never been the man who once told me I don't know how to be good at this, but I'm trying. I wondered if he said that to her too. I started comparing everything. Her hair was longer. Her smile was softer. Her feed was cleaner. She looked like the kind of woman who didn't ask for too much, who didn't push, who didn't need space because she never filled it. I hated that thought. I hated myself for thinking it. Maya texted me a meme the next morning. Something about exes and emotional amnesia. I didn't laugh, I just replied with a heart. She called me 5 minutes later. Come out tonight, she said. Just for a drink, just to remind yourself you exist. I have a client consult. Reschedule? I can't. You won't? She was right. I spent the evening rearranging bookshelves in Jules' condo. She'd bought a new set. Minimalist, matte black, no titles on the spines. I wanted to look clean, she said, like nothing ever happened here. I nodded and started stacking. You ever feel like you're erasing yourself? She asked. I paused. All the time. She smiled. Then maybe we're doing it wrong. That night, I didn't check his feed. I didn't check hers either. I just lay in bed and stared at the ceiling, wondering how long it would take to stop wondering. Jules had a new rug delivered. Ivory, low pile, no pattern. She wanted the space to feel quiet but not empty. I understood that. I'd been trying to do the same thing with my own life. We unrolled it together, smoothing the edges, adjusting the angle. She stood back and tilted her head. Do you think it's too soft? She asked. No, I said. I think it's exactly what you asked for. She nodded, then sat on the edge of her couch like she was testing something invisible. I used to decorate around him, she said. His guitars, his books, his weird little lava lamp. I hated that lamp. I smiled. Did you throw it out? First thing. We laughed. It was the kind of laugh that comes after grief, not joyful, but necessary. She looked at me then, really looked. You ever feel like you're redesigning your life just to prove you're still in it? I paused. Every day. She nodded. Me too. I stayed longer than I needed to. We rearranged the coffee table 3 times. She asked about my work, my favorite projects, the worst clients I'd ever had. I told her about the guy who wanted everything in orange. Walls, curtains, even the fridge. She laughed. That's a crime. It was. Before I left, she handed me a small ceramic bowl. Handmade, uneven, glazed and pale green. I made this, she said. I don't know why. I just needed to make something. I held it carefully. It's beautiful. She shrugged. It's flawed. So am I. That night, I placed the bowl on my windowsill. It didn't match anything. It wasn't part of a set, but it felt like something real. I didn't check his feed. I didn't check hers either. I just sat in the quiet and let myself feel the weight of being unfinished. I didn't mean to see it. I was scrolling through a friend's story. Someone I barely talk to anymore. And there it was, a repost, a couple photo. Him and her smiling, matching denim jackets. Captioned, cutest couple ever. I froze. It wasn't the photo, it was the ease. The way he held her waist. The way her head tilted toward him like they'd done this 100 times before. Like I'd never existed. I didn't screenshot it. I didn't send it to Maya. I just stared at it until the story expired and the screen went black. Then I opened her page again. Tessa's latest post was a carousel brunch, flowers, a blurry kiss. He was in 3 of the slides. In one, he was holding her hand across the table. In another, he was laughing at something off camera. I used to know that laugh. I clicked through her captions. They were soft. Grateful. Curated. Healing looks like this. When you stop settling, you start glowing. Some people feel like home. I wanted to scream. Not at her, not even at him. Just at the idea that I had been so easy to forget. I didn't cry. I rearranged my spice rack instead. Alphabetized it. Labeled the jars. Cleaned the shelf. Then I sat on the floor and stared at the cumin, wondering how long it would take to stop needing distractions. Maya came over the next day with wine and a playlist. I saw the post, she said. I wasn't going to say anything, but I figured you already knew. I nodded. You okay? No. She didn't push. She just poured the wine and turned on the music. We sat in silence for a while. Then she said, You know what's wild? He's not even trying to hide it. I don't think he ever was. Then what was the point of asking for space? I shrugged. Maybe he thought it would hurt less. Did it? No. Later that night, I opened my old photo folder, the one labeled us. There were pictures from our trip to Marfa. A blurry one of him trying to eat a taco too fast. A quiet one of me asleep in the passenger seat. I stared at them until my eyes burned. Then I deleted the folder. Not out of anger, just to stop myself from remembering. Noah showed up without warning. He didn't knock. Just used the key I gave him years ago and walked in like silence was something you could share. I was sitting on the floor, surrounded by fabric swatches and empty coffee cups. He didn't comment. Just placed a takeout bag on the counter and sat beside me. You eating? He asked. I shook my head. Then eat. I opened the bag, pad thai. No peanuts, just how I liked it. We didn't talk for a while. He scrolled through his phone. I picked at the noodles. The silence felt different with him. Not heavy, not sharp, just present. You want to tell me what happened? He asked. No. Okay. He didn't push. He never did. After a while, I said, he's with someone new. Noah nodded like he already knew. 6 weeks, I added. That's fast. Too fast. He didn't say you deserve better. He didn't say he's trash. He just let the words sit. I keep thinking I imagine the whole thing I said. Like maybe we weren't what I thought we were. You were. How do you know? Because I saw you with him. You were real. If he wasn't, that's on him. I didn't cry. I just leaned my head on his shoulder and let myself breathe. Before he left, he handed me a folded piece of paper. What's this? Something I wrote last year when I was going through my own mess. I unfolded it after he left. It was a list, no title, just lines. You are not what they forgot. You are not what they replaced. You are what stayed. You are what healed. I taped it to my fridge. It was a photo from a vineyard. Soft light, rolling hills, a wine glass in his hand, her head on his shoulder. The caption read, introducing her to the family. Couldn't be happier. I stared at it for a long time, not because I was surprised. I wasn't. Not anymore. But because it was final. He had never posted about me like that. Not once. Our photos were always quiet. A coffee cup, a sunset, a blurry shot of our shoes. He said didn't like sharing too much. Said it felt performative. Now he was performing, and she was the audience. I didn't send the post to Maya. I didn't say anything at all. I just closed the app and sat in the silence. It didn't feel sharp anymore, just dull. Like a bruise that stopped hurting but never really healed. I spent the afternoon at Jules' condo, finishing the final touches. She'd bought a new lamp. Brass, curved, soft light. It didn't match anything. She said that was the point. I wanted to feel like mine, she said. It does. She smiled. You okay? I nodded, getting there. On the way home, I passed the coffee shop Alfred and I used to go to. I didn't stop. I didn't look inside. I just kept walking. I didn't need to see it again. I already knew what it looked like without me. That night, I opened my notes app and wrote a list. Not for him. Not for closure, just for myself. He didn't lie, he just left. He didn't forget me, he replaced me. I didn't lose him. I let him go. I didn't break, I bent. I'm still here. I didn't post it. I didn't share it. I just saved it and went to sleep. I opened our old thread. Not the photos, not the feed, just the messages. The ones I hadn't deleted yet. The last one was mine, hope you're okay. No reply. Before that it was him, I just need time, I'm not walking away. I used to read that like a promise. Now it felt like a placeholder. I scrolled further back, birthday wishes, grocery lists, inside jokes. A photo of a dog he saw at the park, captioned, "This one looks like you when you're annoyed." I smiled. Then I stopped smiling, because I remembered how I used to reply with hearts, with laughter, with softness, and how he used to reply with silence. I started rewriting the thread in my head, not to change the past, just to see it clearly. I need space. I don't want to do this anymore. You're amazing. You're too much for me. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm already halfway gone. I wasn't angry, I was tired. Tired of decoding, tired of defending, tired of pretending silence was kindness. It wasn't, it was just silence. I closed the thread and opened a blank note. I didn't write a message to him. I didn't write a goodbye. I wrote a list. I believed him. I waited. I was wrong. I'm still here. I'm still me. I drafted a message, not to send, just to see what it would look like. I saw the post. I hope you're happy. I wish you'd been honest. Then I deleted it. Not because I forgave him. Not because I didn't mean it. But because I didn't need him to read it to know it was true. I used to think closure came from conversation, from final words, from mutual understanding. Now I think it comes from silence. Not the kind he gave me, but the kind I chose. I opened our old thread one last time, scrolled through the messages, the emojis, the half-hearted replies, the long gaps. I didn't cry, I just archived it. Maya called that night. You okay? I think so. You want to scream? No. You want to drink? Maybe. She laughed. Progress. I didn't tell her about the message I didn't send. I didn't tell her about the thread I archived. I didn't tell her that I finally stopped checking their feed. Some things don't need to be said. Some things just need to be felt. Jules' condo was almost done. The shelves were up. The rug was placed. The lamp cast a soft glow across the room. It looked nothing like the space she'd started with, no traces of the man who used to live there. No echoes of the life she left behind. She walked through it slowly, touching the edges of things like they might disappear. It feels like mine, she said. It is. We sat on the couch, sipping tea from mismatched mugs. She'd bought them at a thrift store. One had a chip, the other had a faded floral print. I used to think healing meant forgetting, she said. Now I think it just means choosing. Choosing what? What stays? What goes? What gets replaced? I nodded. I didn't say anything. I just let her words settle. Before I left, she handed me a small framed print. Abstract lines, soft colors, no clear meaning. I don't know why, she said. It just reminded me of you. I held it carefully. Thank you. She smiled. Put it somewhere you'll see it. That night, I hung it above my desk. It didn't match anything, it wasn't part of a plan, but it felt like something new. I didn't check his feed. I didn't check hers either. I just sat in the quiet and let myself breathe. I woke up early, not because I had to, not because I was anxious, just because the light hit my window in a way that felt like a beginning. I made coffee, sat at my desk, looked at the print. Jules gave me abstract lines, soft colors, no clear meaning. It still didn't match anything, but it felt like mine. I opened my notes app and read the list again. I believed him. I waited. I was wrong. I'm still here. I'm still me. I added one more line. I'm not waiting anymore. I spent the morning cleaning my apartment, not out of impulse, not out of grief, just because I wanted to. I moved the couch, replaced the throw pillows, took down the photo collage I'd stopped looking at months ago. I didn't throw it away. I just packed it in a box labeled before. Maya called around noon. You sound lighter, she said. I think I am. You want to come out tonight? Not yet. She didn't push. She just said whenever you're ready. I spent the afternoon sketching a new layout for a client. Soft curves, warm tones, nothing symmetrical. It felt like a risk. It felt like a choice. I liked it. That night, I sat on my balcony with a blanket and a glass of wine. The city hummed below me, the air was quiet. I didn't check his feed. I didn't check hers either. I just let the silence be mine.